Happy morning, dear children. Today we are going to see the third part of the lesson, Emergence of New Kingdoms in North India. In that we are going to discuss about the contribution of Palas to culture. The Palas were adherents. The meaning of adherents means someone who supports particular party. To the Mahayana, there are two groups of schools of Buddhism. One is Hinayana and another one is Mahayana. Now we are going to discuss about Mahayana. That is one of the two major traditions of Buddhism. Now this Mahayana is practiced especially in China, Tibet, Japan and Korea. They were generous patrons of Buddhist temples and the famous universities of Nalanda and Vikramasila. It was through their missionaries, missionary means a person sent on a religious mission, that Buddhism was established in Tibet. The Palas also maintained cordial relations, friendly relations with Hindu-Buddhist state of the Shailendras of Sumatra and Java. So they had a good relation with Hindu-Buddhist state of Sumatra and Java. Under Pala patronage support, a distinctive school of art arose, called Pala art or Eastern Indian art. Pala artistic style flourished in present-day states of Bihar and West Bengal and also in present-day Bangladesh. It was chiefly represented by bronze sculptures and palm leaf paintings. So they painted in leaves, palm leaves, celebrating the Buddha and other divinities, that means gods. The Pala bronze sculptures from this area played an important part in the spread of Indian culture in Southern Asia. Next, we are going to see the advent of Islam. What is the meaning for advent? Arrival of Islam. Islam, a religious faith, originated at Mecca in Arabia. The founder of Islam was Prophet Muhammad. The followers of Islam are called Muslims. An Islamic state, especially the one ruled by a single religious and political leader, was known as Caliphate. Here, Caliph means a representative of the Prophet Muhammad. Two early caliphates were Umayyads and Abbasids. Both the Umayyads and Abbasids expanded their rule separately by their conquest and by preaching the principles of Islam. They too are eager to teach the principles of Islam. In the 8th century India, the Arab presence appeared in the form of a Muslim army that conquered the Sindh. In the 8th century India, Arabs came as a form of Muslim army. Next, we are going to see the Arab conquest of Sindh and its impact. In AD CE 712, Muhammad bin Qasim, who was the commander of the Umayyad kingdom, invaded Sindh. Qasim defeated Dahir, the ruler of Sindh, and killed him in the battle. The capital of Sindh, Aror, was captured. Qasim extended his conquest further into Multan. He organized the admiration of Sindh. The people of Sindh were given the status of protected subject. There was no interference in the lives and religions of the people, but soon Qasim was recalled by the Caliph. The Arab scholars visited Sindh and studied many Indian literary works. They translated many Sanskrit books on astronomy, philosophy, mathematics and medicine into Arabic language, their own language. They want to know more about these subjects. They learned the numerals 0 to 9 from India. So we are proud that the Arabs learned numerals 0 to 9 from our country. Until then, the people in the West did not know the use of zero. Through the Arabs, Europe gained more knowledge in mathematics. So they came to India, they learnt a subject and they taught to their country people. The importance of zero was learnt by them from India. It is believed that the people in the West and the Arabs learnt the game of chess only from Indians. Thank you, dear children.